My husband definitely was not a cat person. It still maintains that he is a dog person. I wouldn't say I've convinced him so much on cats, just on Cliff. He agreed for my sake to foster kittens, but his thing was that I cannot keep one. Definitely not. They're just fosters. They're coming in and they are going. But after the end of the 4 weeks, he's like, okay, well, I guess we can have one for you. And so he let me keep one of them. But to this day, he still maintains he is not a cat person, but he is a Cliffy person. We have a whole not a cat person series with him helping her do things or walking her and everything, which is very adorable to watch. He's definitely a cat dad. With her, we started in Sydney in New South Wales and started working our way west. So she has now been throughout New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, and we actually have just arrived in the Northern Territory in Darwin of Australia. So she has done most of Australia, just not Queensland or Tasmania. And actually next month she will be heading over to Canada with us as well. So she's going for her first international trip. Training her to be an outdoor adventure cat took a bit of time. It's always the biggest thing I recommend for people is having a lot of patience. So it starts just with that harness training inside. We started harness training, I think her first harness went on at 8 weeks old. Then as a lot of people know, cats tend to flop over with them, which she also did. And then eventually progressing to outdoors, taking her into our low back courtyard that we had there to park hiking, and now we're road tripping with her. So it is a gradual progress always. She's actually quite a placid cat. A lot of people don't get this, especially from our page. They think she's very outgoing, very adventurous, but she's actually fairly shy, placid, easygoing, which makes her the perfect adventure cat for us because she'll just go with the flow a lot of times. If we want to do something, she just kind of comes along for the ride and doesn't make too much of a fuss, which is really nice. So she's a very easygoing cat. It was about the tail end of COVID, and like a lot of people, we were having a bit of the COVID blues at that time. So I convinced my husband to foster a litter of kittens from the Australian SPCA, which is called the RSPCA. So we took in 4 4-week-old kittens, and Cliff was one of those. We were fostering her for about 4 weeks, and at the end, we just couldn't give her back. So she ended up staying with us. She was just so outgoing. She was also the most cuddly, and that was very important to me. So she'd be the one that would lie down on your lap or lie down against you, and she's very rambunctious, always climbing everything, hence the name Cliffhanger. So she seemed the best fit, especially when we started thinking about taking her out as an adventure cat. And so we wanted a cat that would be outgoing, could handle that kind of lifestyle as well. She's helped me meet a lot more people as well. I'm a bit more introverted, so having her, you definitely get stopped a lot. Being able to talk with people, take her out. People always talk about with their children how it gave like a purpose in life. Kind of similar like that with my cat, not per se a purpose, but just something for me to do extra. The cat training, the adventuring gets me outside, gets me meeting people. It's been an adventure itself having her, and she has changed my life for sure.